bracket holding our solar panels on just keeps falling apart. It's not good. It's blowing 30, gusting to 35, and we've got the second reef in and a little bit of Genoa out. And maybe it's the cold and all of the stainless is shrinking or something, but yeah, we have it lashed together in about 3 places. I just hope it survives the night. Tonight's supposed to be the worst of it. If we can get through tonight, then tomorrow should be better and the next day should be better. But I think it's going to be a pretty long night.
I can't believe you managed to sleep through all this. This is crazy. There's no way I can sleep through this. So I'm just keeping watch for the first few hours. I have the chopped butter here with me, and CAPEHORN is doing great. And just making sure that we're not going to hit anything. But I don't think there's anything out there though. Just a few towers that we just need to stay clear of. We saw like 1 or 2 cargo ships, but they're also on AIS, so it's not a problem. So far so good though, the solar panels are still there. It's funny though, like we're moving at 6.5 knots, and we have like a tiny little handkerchief of Genoa, and we have the second reef in the main. So not much sails. Anyway, yeah. It's only 10:30 though, so we have a long night ahead of us.
So it has finally calmed down enough that we can go outside. It is cold out here, but everything from the last 2 days is just encrusted with salt. It almost looks like ice. And it's kind of cold. It's 10 degrees Celsius, so our water hose is very, very stiff. But I'm gonna try to rinse the solar panels off so we can get some batteries charged up, because I think it's affecting our charge rate.
Yeah, everything is covered in salt. Like, absolutely everything. The whole boat's gonna need like a giant rinse.
I think it's working. It's not like we're showering, it's too cold, so we may as well rinse the solar panels off. So I didn't take the mainsail down. Our main halyard just broke, and I'm not going out there to fix it by myself, so I think I'm going to wake up Kika. Hey, sweetie. Kika. I'm going to need your help. The main halyard broke. Yeah, so we're just beam reaching along with the Genoa. I was going to hoist it on the red halyard, but I don't want to go up there without you awake.
Oh,
yeah.
How did it break?
Chafed, I guess. I have no idea. I didn't even hear it come down. I just looked and I was like, why are we going slow? It's 20 knots and we're going like 4. I'm like, what the hell?
It was...
And I looked outside and the mainsail's all flaked on the boom.
Oh,
yeah. But I think because it's reefed, I can hoist, right? Although the irony is that we already have new halyards ordered and they're waiting for us in Norfolk because we knew our halyards were getting old and it broke. It seems like everything that's breaking on this passage is stuff that we already had planned to fix when we got there. It's just reminding us, it's like, oh, by the way, you're broken. The solar arch, we already have a welder for that. Our Dodger's falling apart, we already have that set up. The halyards, we already have new halyards ordered and it just broke. It's like everything we needed to fix when we got there is breaking on the sail there. The plan is to use one of our spare halyards. It's not going to be ideal because it's going to be coming from the front of the mast around the back, but because we have a second reef in, it should be okay. It just means we're not going to be able to hoist our sail fully until we replace the halyard because we're not going to be able to get it all the way to the top. But it should work for now, and with a second reef, it should be fine. Doing all right there, sweetheart?
I'm just trying to sit like.
Trying to put your clothes on? Adventure never ends. Definitely broke. It chafed through right where the old splice terminated. So I guess that's just the weakest point where it's just been rubbing and rubbing and rubbing for the past, I don't know, 4 years or something like that. So that's what caused it to come down. This is an old halyard off of a J35 where they stripped the sheath off just to expose the dynamo to save weight. But it also means that it doesn't have nearly as much chafe protection. So the new halyards we're installing, we're keeping the outer sheaths on so that this won't happen again.
Yep. Well, that's why we have spares of everything.
That's why we have spares of everything. So far, stuff keeps breaking and we just keep fixing it.
Story of our lives.
Oh, I need a shower. been wrapping the stink up for a week now.
What just happened?
I just heard this rolling around on deck, and I was kind of like, huh, that's a weird sound. And I went out and tried to figure out where the screw came from, and it turns out the track that holds our gooseneck onto the mast that slides up and down, the whole thing is like wrenched out, so we need to go fix that. I think we should drop the mainsail so it takes pressure off, maybe fall off to like a beam reach, and then I should be able to fix it if I have enough screws. So yeah, this whole track has completely gotten wrenched out. It's only held on by these little screws, so I guess like the banging of the boom throughout our last passage really did a number on it. Might have to detach the boom entirely to fix this. Luckily we still have about 2 hours left of daylight, so I think I'll have enough time to fix it before it gets too dark.
Man, I'm glad we have someone who knows how to fix stuff on the boat.
Alright, let's get the main hoisted back up and let's get sailing again because we're just bobbing around out here. Oh my gosh. Was that like the 9th thing that's broken on this passage?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm glad we got it fixed before the sun went down though. We've got 15 minutes and then it's gonna get even colder and even darker. Lord. That gooseneck's always been sort of an issue. I've never really liked how it's built, and hopefully we'll get something more solid put together when we're in Norfolk. It's not very beefy. And now we've learned that it's the weakest point in our boat, in our boom at least, so definitely needs to be fixed.
Last night did a number on our sails too, didn't it?
Sun cover's starting to rip out of it again. The problem is that it's just too big. So we always have to roll it up, and once we roll it up, it really loses its shape, so the top's kind of flutters, and it's starting to come apart as well. So we'll have to do something about that before too long. It's just too big. When the wind's light enough to have it all the way out, we should be flying like a Spinnaker or a Code Zero or something. And then when the wind picks up, we have to roll it in, and then it doesn't have a good sail shape. So I think it's a 135 head sail, and we'll probably need to get something smaller, like a 115 or a 110 or something. But hopefully, according to the weather forecast, we should have a lot lighter of a sail coming up. Maybe almost too light, we'll see. But right now we're still cruising along. And we are just south of Charleston, so we've done about half of the sail. So I think that might be a good place to end this one, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.